Looks like we're live here. Avery, welcome to the show. I've got the rumpled one here on the TradingView Replay Challenge here on Trading Night. How's it going, Avery?
So far, so good.
Cool. I know you turned up last week to have a look at this just to see what it was all about, and it piqued your interest enough because I know you use a lot of your own proprietary indicators, and TradingView's not going to have them, and this is sort of, I suppose, going to be a little bit of a variation of what you normally do. What made you decide to finally come on?
Oh, it just seems like it'd be fun, and it's one of those things where it's kind of a put up or shut up type of situation. And actually, just to show people, you don't have to make it complicated. In fact, this week I've been doing what I call old school trading, because that's how I learned. And you have a couple of horizontal lines on the chart, and you go from there.
Cool. Well, we're going to jump in just a second, but for the guys that have just turned up and aren't familiar with this, I'm going to go through how it works. Okay, so we're probably going to get into it in about 3 or 4 minutes, but let's go through how it works. So it's called the TradingView Replay Challenge, and what I do is there's 2 challenges. The first one is the trading challenge, and the second one is the bar by bar challenge. The trading challenge is probably the more serious of the 2. Well, definitely is the more serious of the 2. So this is where we're taking 5 different markets that Avery has given me. So markets that he trades, and we're going to start at different times in the past, in history, and we're going to skip forward bar by bar until he finds an entry setup. So he's going to do this. Traders, he's then going to mark up his chart and find the trade, or he might not need to mark it up depending on what he does. And then he can cancel his trade setup at any time before the entry triggers. So we'll go slowly at that point to make sure we get it accurate. We skip forward in time to see if the trade won or lost, and then rankings are based on the overall R gained during the 5 trade challenge. Okay, so that's the trading challenge. The bar by bar challenge is trader's choice, 1 hour or 30-minute chart, and they just pick I pick a random market, and a point in time, and then traders skip forward and need to guess the color of the next bar over 20 bars. Actually, this rule here, I decided last week I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so this rule here, we're going to get rid of. This was what we did in the very first test. Nobody else has used it since, so we're going to get rid of that rule there. Dojis are ignored, and I'll decide if it's a doji or not. Okay, so you don't get a call on that. Now, that's that. I'm going to jump in. So we've got a good number of people join now. So thanks, guys, for joining. Please do share this, because I've got a funny feeling that this could be sort of done and dusted pretty quickly. Now, I just want to quickly, before we jump in, have a look at the chat. Can everyone just please let me know that they can hear this? Just give us a yes in the chat if you can hear this. Wait till we get a yes, and then we can jump into this. So the chat's pretty quiet today, pretty quiet. So we've got only a few people. Walter Malatsky.
That's Walmall.
Oh, that's your mate, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Walter, welcome. Okay, good here. Okay, right. So he can hear us. He's the only one commenting. Fair enough. Okay, brilliant. Let's get on with it then, Avery. Yes, I've got someone saying yes. So this is the first test. Maybe, so please do tell people what you're doing so they know, what indicators you've got on the chart there and how everything works. You've got control of the mouse. I'll help you with skipping forward. We are currently in October 2018 on a daily chart.
Okay, well, this purple line looks like a squiggly line, but what it actually is, it's just showing the previous candle's midpoint. And so like those of you who come to my channel know I use the mid dots a lot. Other than that, I just have the daily pivot and the weekly pivot because once again, that's one of the statistical trades I do. We talk about price action, but we also use statistics, mainly being things like the range high minus low or high minus the open minus low, and how price moves statistically. And that's how we find it and take the trades. And that's about it.
Okay, cool. Well, do you want to get started on this one then? So we're in the
Sure.
daily.
This is daily or this is hourly?
This is daily at the moment, but you can go. Do you want me to move it to hourly for you?
Yeah, I thought that's what you wanted to do was
Okay,
hour.
cool.
Okay, so we're in the middle of a day, right? Okay, so let's just skip
probably at the
forward
start of the day. Okay, skip forward.
one bar.
This is the start of the day.
Oh, okay. Well, let's keep going because we've already missed the first trade. Keep going. Okay, keep going.
Do you want to click the mouse because it might be easier?
Okay, but I got to remember, where do I click it? Oh, down
where the mouse is at the moment.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I would want to do is, let's click it one more time. Okay. What I want to do is go long at if it hits that high point right there.
Okay, so let's put that in.
And then the stop loss would be right here at this low point.
You got to click the mouse button to get control of it again. Yeah.
Right about there.
Okay, and the take profit.
You're
gonna let it run, or are you gonna take a quick profit?
Well, we'll just change it bar by bar. We'll see. Okay, so I click the bar. Okay, now it's moved down, so we need to move this whole thing down to
the high of that bar. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then this low would come down here.
Okay, you're in the trade.
Whoops, I clicked it twice.
Right. Well, you're in the trade.
Okay, well, let's just keep going because, see, this is the mid dot, and the way we like to trade it is if close is above the mid dot, we stay in the trade.
Okay, so okay.
So
it did close above it, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't close below.
Above closes below, so we would exit right there.
Okay, so let's have a look at see what the R was on that. So that was 0.45. Okay.
Okay, so let's just click once ahead and see what happens next.
Yeah.
I just out of curiosity.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So it was a good thing we took our profit off the table.
Okay, cool. You're up 0.45.
About Walmart smiling right now. Because that's what we do every day. Okay. Next one, right?
Hey, welcome, Andre, to the chat. How's it going, mate? Right, this one here, we're on the hourly. I'll put it on the hourly for you. There you go.
Okay. So we would have already taken a trade. So let's just click through this and see when the next opportunity appears. Okay, this is the start of the day, right?
Yeah, that's the start.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go short at the low of this green candle.
Okay, let's set that up for you. At the low of that green candle, about there?
Yeah.
Okay, you manage the stops.
Oh, we can just leave it like it is.
Just one-to-one like that? Okay, so, all right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, I'll click through and you can just tell me. Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it didn't enter.
Still in? Did not enter. So what we do is we would take the trade off and wait.
Okay. So just delete it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we go to the next bar.
You can click.
Okay, next bar. Okay, next bar. Actually, I think I missed a trade. So I'll tell you what, let's just go short right here.
Okay, so we're in the trade
Let's just go
close?
short right here. Yeah,
Okay.
right here.
So we're on the close of that. We're short. Why is it not letting you do it? Okay. And where's your stop and take profit?
We'll just leave it the way it is.
Okay. All right. So you're in the trade.
Yeah.
You got a market order. All right. Let's go.
Okay. So we're below the dot or below the mid. Okay. Now we've gone the other way. So we probably should have taken our profit, which I know is what we would have done in real time. So we're going to have to take a loss here.
Okay. So if it's easier for you to say, because you can say, like, if it, I suppose you need to work out. No, probably can't say that actually. No, I was going to say, you're going to say if there's a rule that you've got in there that you can say, okay, well, I would get out if this happens, then just say that, and then we can sort of work that out. So you could have got out earlier if X, Y, Z.
Yeah, because that would have been about what? How many pips is a line? 5 pips. So right there, that would have been about 10 pips. Yeah, 5 or 10 somewhere would have been out.
Let me just have a look and we'll try and work out what this was. So that was probably. How can we work out how much this was in terms of a loss? So that was probably it's just over, so I'd say 0.55. Actually, what we can do is just move it to that line there. And that should give us no. How do we do that mathematical calculation, anyone? It's about minus 0.55, I'd say. It's slightly over 50%. So let's just say minus 0.55. So you're currently tracking at just minus 0.10.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's jump onto the next chart.
Like I say, in real life, we don't give back profits like that. Okay, so see, we would have.
So this is the start of a day, so I can get you a couple of bars into the
That's
day.
okay. Yeah, let's just keep going. Keep going.
Well, you go. You click the next button.
Okay. So
I don't want to go too fast.
Okay. Okay. This is kind of interesting because these are hour bars. We're so used to doing 5 minutes.
Can you explain the strategy a little bit more again? Just because people are going, I don't get it. I'm sort of a bit confused.
Okay. See, what we're looking for is to come off of a high for so in this case, it would be like, here's the high of the day. Okay. And normally what we'll do is we'll look to reverse off of the low of that candle. But because this is hours, these candles are so much bigger than what we're used to. And what we're looking for is a close below the midpoint, the previous candle's midpoint. So right here, this really wouldn't be a trade because it didn't close below the midpoint. So we would go on to the next trade. So now we've got to close below the midpoint. Oh, let's see. Let's just do it. Let's put the trade on right there.
Short?
Yeah, short. Right there.
So we're in the trade.
Yeah, we'll be in the trade.
You gonna move your stops or profits or anything?
Let's kind of make it real. Let's move that to there. Wait, that didn't move it. What am I doing?
There you go. You got it now.
Let's just move it to the high day. Yeah, that's about right. And just leave the TP where it is. And we'll move one. Still below. It's above. So, see, really, right here, when it crosses that line, that's where we want to get out.
Okay, you need
to kind of hard about this.
Yeah, well, you need to say, look, as soon as it crosses that line, but I suppose the difficulty is, it should be pretty easy. Like it's going to be the line is essentially the midpoint of the previous candle, right? So as soon as it crosses that, you should be out. So you're essentially, what you're not doing, which I think is a bit unfair, is you're not saying that like my break-even point now or my stop loss. Sorry, let me grab this. So what you're not telling me is that
I see what you're saying.
At the end of this bar, my stop loss is now here. Okay, I'm now exiting at that point. I'm moving my stop.
I see. Okay. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna scrap this trade, and because I know that you're not going to spend 20 minutes on analysis again, right? We're going to do another one. Okay. So now that you know how it works. Okay. So
so we'll just move forward.
Yeah. So even that previous trade, you probably would have said the same thing, but yeah. Okay.
Okay. That one really shot down. Okay, let's enter the trade. Right there, long.
Okay. So we're in long. Where do you move the stops and the take profits?
It should probably be right there. So we're going to click 1.
Hang on. We got to move the first.
Oh, I thought I.
So no. Thing is with this, you got to click the button first, then you can.
Yeah. Okay. So now.
So we said we're in, didn't we? We said we're in at that point.
Right.
Yeah. So we're in the trade. Okay. So your stops are there. Where's your take profit? Are you going to move your take profit?
Just leave it. Just leave it right there. Okay. Now.
Because it makes a difference in terms of your R. Like if you don't move your stop and you leave a big stop, your R is only ever going to be 1. So now you've got a little bit more than 1.
Okay. So now we have to move the stop loss to what looks like
about the midpoint of the previous candle, yeah?
Yeah, I think.
Actually, or is it the midpoint of the current candle? It's the midpoint of the current candle, isn't it?
No, it's the it's the this
that candle's closed.
Previous candle. So so this is the midpoint of the current candle.
Yep.
This is the midpoint of the previous candle. But let's just leave the stop alone.
You're out.
Yeah, I'm out. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on to the next one.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll get you to the hourly.
Okay. This is the start of the day, right?
Yeah.
This is the start of the day.
So we're at the start of the day, yeah. So the next candle is going to be the first candle in the day, which is really untradeable because at the first hour the spreads are ridiculous.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Somebody wants the lower time frame. Look, we can do lower time frames, but you end up going all the way back to, well, you can only really go 3 months back, which, most people can work out what happened in the last 3 months.
Okay. Let's do another short.
Okay. Another short.
Yeah. And this time we'll target the pivot point, right? This is the weekly and this is the daily, right?
No, other way around.
This is the daily. Let's target the daily pivot point.
Okay.
So let's just go short.
Let me just grab that.
And see if it hits the pivot.
The daily, did you say?
Yeah, the daily.
Okay. And the stop loss, where do you want to put that?
Probably, is this the previous day's high?
That looks like the previous day's high. Yep, it is.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so. Okay.
Okay, so then we'll just go ahead and see what happens.
You're out.
Yep, that was meandering.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from the the downside from the upside to the upside. Sorry. Right. Okay. Next one. This is the final chart in the actual challenge.
Oh, I need to hit a home run on this one.
You,
Huh?
you do need to hit a home run. Okay. This is on the alley. This next bar will be the first hour of the day.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay, and this is dollar yen. So let's do the same pivot trade.
Okay, you in now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just at the start of the second hour of the day where the spreads are a little bit lighter, so short position.
And where's the weekly pivots here, right? That's the weekly.
The weekly pivot is way down here. Yeah.
Yeah. Has the weekly pivot been touched?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. You're in. Oh, did I press something wrong there?
I don't know.
Oh, what's going on here?
I don't
Oh,
know.
sorry. Did I press something wrong? What date are we on now? That's the current day. Sorry, I pressed something wrong. Do you just want to turn around for 2 seconds?
Okay.
Let me find another spot in time. We won't go back too far. Okay, see ya. Righty-ho. You can turn back around, Avery.
Okay.
All right, I found you another spot in time. So this is is it the start of the week? I'm not too sure. I don't know what I pressed before, but it screwed it up. There you go. So it looks like it's coming towards the, it's 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, which is not the start of the day.
Right.
Coming towards the end of the day.
And so it's already hit the pivot then.
It's hit the daily pivot. Yep.
Hasn't hit the weekly.
No, the weekly's above.
Okay, let's go for the pivot.
Go for the weekly pivot?
Let's go for the long. Yeah, let's go for the weekly pivot.
Okay. And we're going to enter on the close of that?
Oh, we'll just enter right here. We'll just take the entry.
Take the entry, yeah. Yep. So it's closed already. So where's your stop going to go?
Let's put the stop down here.
I can't. You're going to have to click the mouse, so I can't see what's down there.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's just do that.
Okay. All right.
1.6.
Let's see what happens.
Gonna stop out.
Stop out. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it's completely okay. There's a -1 again.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't fare too well, I'm afraid. 1, 2, 3.
I'm in the minus.
You're in the minus category. I think you might have recorded the lowest score. I think you have.
Yes.
Now you look. We're only 24 minutes in. You said you could do this on a few other pairs. Before we go into the bar by bar, this won't be recorded. But I mean, do you want to have a crack on some other pairs?
Sure.
Okay. Let's just do. Just turn around for a second, and I'll set one up for you.
Okay.
What the hell's going on here? Does someone in the audience want to name out a random pair? Just a random pair, like really sort of weird pair that we can, or anything that we can get them going on. Let's see what people have got here. Come on, guys. We could probably maybe get 3 different pairs. Let's do it. There's obviously a delay here and people coming back. All right, I'm just going to pick Mexican, which is always a bit odd. And get out of the way. What's another one, guys? CHF AUD. And what else have we got here? Oh, they're all coming up as spam. NZD CAD. Let's do NZD CAD. Okay, cool. Right, let's do that. Okay, we can close that one, close that one. Okay, right. No, just stay tuned around, Avery. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
What's going on with this one? There we go. Replay mode. And replay mode. Right. Okay. You can turn around now.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to give a bit more explanations to the method behind the madness? Like, so the theory behind the pivot, and how that works?
Well, statistically, most pivots get hit. The daily pivot, usually depending on the pair, it's somewhere between 80 to 90% of the time the pivot gets hit. It doesn't always get hit on the same day, but usually there's a high probability that it does, or high statistically it'll do that. As far as the mid dots, it's basically a bias. If price is above the mid dot, you have a long bias, and if it's below the mid dot, you have a short bias, the previous candle's mid dot, that is. And that's just something that we use, but we're usually, like I said, we're usually trading on the 5-minute chart because we're scalping. We're looking to take 2, 3, 5 pips at a time. But as I tease Walter, I say, he's stacking bricks. He'll get 2 pips, 3 pips, 5 pips, 3 pips, another 5, and he just stack them up. As opposed to trying to hit, a 20 pip run. But, actually on the pound dollars in the past few days, we've had a couple of those, nice 10, 20, 30 pip runs. So
would you want to should we jump on the 5-minute chart here then? Because I don't think I've gone that far back in time here. So why don't we do that? Is that going to be
okay?
a
Sure.
bit more realistic for you? So that's 29th of July. Let's see if this one gives us, I think, go too far. Yeah, this will give us 5-minute data. Yep. And then this one here. Okay, so we're going to do 5 minutes. So whoever in the audience was going, I want lower time frames. There you go, mate. There's your lower time frames.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
So this one, okay.
So this is the Swiss franc Aussie dollar.
Okay, so what we're going to do is let's see if it puts in a low, and then we get a turn.
So how close is this to your normal sort of trading method?
This, well, without, this would be pretty close. It's just I have a couple other indicators on the screen. That's the only difference. Okay. So let's see here. Let's try one more time. Okay, right here, see it put in a low. It's changed from red to green. So what we want to do is we want to go long at the high of this candle right here.
The red candle?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that in for you. And stop below the red candle?
Put the stop right here.
You have to click the screen.
Oh, about right there. Whoops, not that far. How come? There we go.
Okay.
And then we'll just see what happens.
Okay. So it hasn't entered yet, I don't think.
Okay, we didn't enter. So now what we would want to do is we would want to enter at the high of this candle on the next bar.
You need to click the mouse again. Sorry, I had to click just to want to see if it entered or not.
So we want to enter on the next bar right there.
Okay.
Okay, because it just put in another low, and we can leave it there. Okay, so we click.
Now click. Can you just click off so we can get rid of the dots? Just click anywhere on the screen. Okay, so that once again very close to entry. Let's just say it didn't enter. Let's say it
well,
didn't
let's
enter.
okay. So, but it looks it closed above, so we'll leave that entry and see if we get it.
Okay.
Okay, now we're in.
And yeah.
Okay, and we're above the mid dot. So
where's your stop loss? Is it staying in the same spot, or are you moving it?
Right now we'll leave it right where it is. We'll go one more because these are 5-minute bars. Okay. Is that still above? Yep, it looks still above. And it closed. Wow, it's looked like it's right at our entry. And it's below, so that might be a scratch trade. I think we would just scratch that trade right there.
Okay. Break even.
Yeah,
All
we'd
right.
scratch that and then go to the next.
Okay. See if you can get another trade on this one. See if you can get another trade. Because it's.
Do I need to take this? Do something
you can
to get rid of this.
There you go.
Okay.
Because it's quite interesting because like the other guys that we've had on, they'll spend a lot of time analyzing and then take their entry. Whereas
so now see if we
you're
stayed in that trade, that's the ones where we go, oh man, I should have stayed in the trade.
Yeah.
Since it closed below the mid dot, that we don't stay in.
It gapped up and then gapped down. Jeez.
Yeah.
What the hell's happening there?
Okay, so let's see what happens. So right now it's right there. What happens with the next bar? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, see now it's meandering. We need it for it to put in a low. Okay.
Gappy as, man, this pair. Really gappy on the 5-minute. Unless the state is just pretty average.
One more time. What the heck happened there? It gapped down and then up?
Yeah, or maybe that's the start of a day. Or
no, it's not the start. What the heck's going on? Okay, now we want to go high at the we want to go long at that high.
Okay, let's put that in for you. Okay, click on it and then tell us where you want to move your stops and stuff.
You can leave it right where it is.
Okay.
Okay, didn't do it. So now we'd want to go long at that high. We just move this down. Yeah.
Move your stops? Are you going to move your stops?
Yeah. Whoops.
They're closed now. Hang on. So you said you go long at the high, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We're having a battle here with the mouse. Do you want to move it?
Go ahead. You do it.
Okay. Right. That's the high there.
Okay.
And stop there. And so you're currently at 0.78. You're not too bothered about where the take profit is?
No.
Okay. Right. There you go. That's your first. So you're in on this candle. And then you would have. So gapped up massively. It took you, let's just say it took you take profit. It did. There's a little wick above it.
I see the line. Yeah, it hit it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do that's what we do every day. This is what we call a DSR trade. Even though we don't have the dynamic support resistance dots, I can pretty much see them with my eyes. I don't really need the indicator.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, look,
so that's it.
Let's jump onto the New Zealand
next
CAD.
one.
Hopefully it's a little less erratic than that one. Sorry.
Well, that was okay.
Well, just with the gaps and stuff. But anyway, let's go.
Okay. Let's see what it does here. Okay. This is where we would look to go long at the high of that candle. So we want to put that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the high of this candle?
Yeah.
Stop there or there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We can move the take profit up a bit. Yeah. And then we'll just, because we'll change it every.
Okay.
Do we get in or out? So
No.
we're not in yet. So we would now move the entry to the high of that candle. And we'll move the stop down, give it some room. Okay, now we're in.
You moving your stop or you're in?
Not yet.
Yep. Okay.
Not yet. Okay, now how many pips are we up?
Well, it doesn't mean up pips. It's just you're up 50% of your.
Well, I was just looking over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we would probably do is move the stop loss. We can't move it.
Oh, you can move. Yeah, just tell us where you want to draw a little line there.
It would be at this mid dot right here.
Okay, let's just grab this. Hang on. Sorry, I'm going to grab the mouse for a second.
Sure.
So
at the mid, right
about
here.
There.
No, at the edge of that mid dot line.
There.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Right. So you stops there now. Right.
Right. So we go forward once. Okay.
Moving the stop or.
Yeah, we move the stop to the edge of the mid dot line.
Okay. Right. There you go. Stopped out. Okay. So that's about 0.5 of the overall profit, which was. Oh, I'll have to go back and have a look. I'm not. Let's just say it was. Let's say it was. It might have been 1-to-1, because where was your stop? It was around about here, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh no, was it? You left it a little bit lower because we'd moved. Okay, so it's probably about, let's say, 0.6 or something. I'm just making a note of these 0.6. Okay, cool. Right, let's jump on to the next. Yeah, do one more here, and then we'll jump on to the next one.
Okay. No, I meant one more. We doing a different chart?
Okay, we'll do the Mexican peso.
Okay. So now let's watch and see what it does. Okay, now we would want to go long at the high of that red candle.
And where's your stop? Sorry.
Wherever it was, that's fine.
Is that 1-to-1 almost? Okay. All right. So as it breaks the high, we're in.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, it hasn't.
Nah.
So what we need to do is move this. Actually, no, we leave it alone because that's still below the mid dot. Actually, we probably missed that entry. So we scratched this. This trade's no good no more.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
We'll get one more and get this one in, and then what we'll do is we will jump onto the bar by bar challenge after this.
Okay, so long at the high of that candle.
And where's your stop and take profit?
Just expand it. Just bring it down. Yeah, that's fine.
Take profit.
Yeah, that's fine. Because we'll be changing. We're going to be moving it dynamically. So.
Okay, so breaks the high, we're in. Go.
Yeah. Okay, so now we need to move that entry down to that high.
Yep.
Okay. And now we need to move the entry down to that high. Give it a little wiggle room.
Sorry, it's not quite on the high, but we know where it is.
We still haven't
entered.
We still haven't entered. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a good one. What do I do to? Okay.
You're going to get confused here. Hang on. Let me grab the mouse for a second.
Okay. So now.
What's going on here? Hang on. Can you just hold fire on the mouse?
Okay.
Okay. Right.
So
we on the high of
to
that
the
one?
high of, no, this one, the red candle.
Previous one. Okay. Right. Right. And you
Okay.
stop. There's someone down there.
Yeah.
You go. You go now.
Whoops. What'd I do wrong?
Okay. You're not quite in.
We'll just leave it.
Okay. You're in now.
Okay. Now we move the stop up. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Need to move the stop up to the midpoint.
Okay. What I'm going to do is just use this line here and go. Oh, sorry. I know where it's going. It's going here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. If you got it, boosh.
Oh, it hit the TP. Okay.
0.67.
So
okay, well,
you can see how this works on the. This is what we do in the 5 minutes. We're just stacking the stacking the pips.
Yeah, it's so okay. So let's just summarize, okay, for everyone out there watching. So we had was a minus. It was basically minus 3.10 on the challenge on the hourly chart. We jumped to the 5 minute. We picked 3 random pairs, and we had one. Let's call it. Geez, quickly doing my maths here. It's probably about 2R. About 2R. 6. 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 6 is, yeah. It's about 2R, just over 2R. And that was we had 4 trades with 1 break even. So I suppose the question is, should we have just done the 5 minute chart from the start? I don't know. Random pairs didn't even trade these pairs.
I know.
Okay. All right.
Well, I think that just shows you, when you do what you're used to doing, it works, and that's why you can't system hop or or change up, change screens or things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
exactly.
doesn't work because I don't trade on, and the thing is, price is the same, but the signals aren't. And so
I know. Right. Hey,
yeah.
we're going to do bar by bar. This is
okay.
This is the second challenge. So this is really all you can do is guess the color.
I know.
All right.
I know.
I just want to try something out here. I wonder if there's like a annotate. I wonder if we can do that. Maybe that can do that text. Okay. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, 0, 1. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. So we can see everyone can see the score. Hopefully when we do it. So I don't know how it's going to. I'll click next. So you don't worry about moving the mouse.
Right.
You just tell me, is it going to be? This ain't going to work because as soon as I click away, it doesn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's just do it. I'll keep track of the score.
Okay. Green.
Oh, what the hell? Let's get rid of this. Okay. Okay, this one.
Green.
2.
Green. Green. Green.
I'll give that to you. What was the next one?
If you want to call that a doji, I'm not going to.
Okay. It's doji then.
Okay. Green. 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 Green.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on the scoring here.
Green. 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 green, green,
Last one. This is the last one.
green.
Okay. No, that's it. You got it. That's done. So was there a pattern? Was there a pattern? I couldn't work it out.
I'm a green rat. And so you constantly, you only look to go long if you're a green.
Okay, right. Let's have a look. I'll count those up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you know? 50%.
Right.
There you go. It's 50%, right? I mean, there's some science in there. I'm sure of it. Hey,
well, yeah, actually, if I was going to put the science in, I would have done some turn trades, but I already knew ahead of time. It's like, no matter what, I'm just going to be green the whole time.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you got any questions for Avery, do you want to just chuck them in the chat? I'll see if I can read them out. They're coming, like the chat's just firing like a machine gun at the moment.
Are they being mean to me?
Well, these guys are always mean, so you can't really tell if they're being any different. So, right, if you've got any serious questions, they're all going on about the greens now. And somebody said red. Geeser got the red one right. Well done. Right. Come on, guys. Any questions? I know this is going to stump them. Let's have a look. Any questions for Avery while we've got him here? And before we get a score up. Right. It takes a while for the chat to catch up. I'm not too sure why, but it just takes a little while. They're still on the greens at the moment. I have a question. Okay, brilliant. Okay, no questions. You're a genius, Avery. You're the man. How much is your course? Was one question. Have you got a course?
There's no. It's all free. Okay.
Yeah, he's got no paid course.
No, just you can watch my videos on my YouTube channel, or you can go to the Facebook group and ask questions and we answer. I post code at Kreslik.com. You can download the code there. No, it's no course. I don't do that.
How did you what was that question? How did you develop this strategy? Is the question.
Well, basically, price, will make a new high or a low, and it will reverse off a new high or low. So during the challenge, because like I said, I didn't have my indicators, I was just looking for price to make a new low or a new high. And I think most of the time we were going long. And then we're going to go take the reversal. The thing is with the 1 hour bars, it was just moving in such a way that, bam, it would hit the stop. But if we were trading, even with 1 hour bars, if I'm up 3, 4, 5 pips and it's coming against me, we have a pretty much a money management rule. You get up 3, 4, 5 pips, you move that break even or the stop to break even +1. And, some people go, well, you'll wind up with a lot of 1 pip trades. It's like, yeah, that's right. It's better than 10 pip losses. So we're just really tight on the money management side because we don't know what the trade's going to do. I mean, we got out of like a trade today. We each took like 3 pips and the thing ran like, I don't know, 17 pips or something. And we're just kind of like, well, you know what? We got 3 pips. Well, there'll be another trade probably in the same hour, the next hour. And that's how we do it. We just stack the pips.
And so I've got another couple of questions here. What's your ideal? What was your average risk to reward or average R? So we calculated R today. What would you say your average R is on a?
We don't look at it that way. It's pips in the bank. It's like, so many pips per day and that's it. Because see, we're not swing trading and, technically we're not scalping. We're just stacking pips. And whether it's we take a 1 pip trade, a 5 pip trade, a 10 pip trade, it doesn't matter. We have, if you have a daily goal, or as Walmart likes to call it, a core, he has a core of 10 pips. And once he gets 10 pips, he can quit as a stop sign, or he can keep trading and say, that's a mile marker. That's a mile post. I hit that. Now maybe I can, hit another mile post. And that way, in a day's time, if he's trading well, he can have 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of profit or pips in the bank.
Yeah, but so I suppose thinking about that, so that's, looking at the pips. I mean, what do you guys, if you take a loss? I mean, what does a loss look like from a pip point of view?
Well, like we have like the way Walmart does his, if he goes up +3 and it hits -3, he's out. The hard stop is at 10. That's like in case something goes wrong, you have to go to the bathroom or whatever. A flash stop. If the trade never shows profit, you're out at maybe -5, -7. But as the trade goes up, it's like, okay, if I'm at +3, 4, or 5, I'm moving that stop up. I'm not going to give it back.
Cool.
If it goes to 10, I'll move the stop up to +5. And then sometimes, depending on how heavy the trade is, you can take half the profit off the table, move the stop to break even +1 and let it ride. But for the most part, we just try and stack the pips. We don't try to do anything fancy. And it's a grinded out type of method. We're not looking for those home runs. We're looking for singles and doubles.
What's your ideal pair and time frame?
Well, once again, time frame doesn't matter. I switch between the 1 minute, the 5 minute. I'll look at the 4 hour for bias. But I'm usually trading entries on the 5, and a lot of times I'll exit on the 1. Because we use the 3-level ZZ indicator, and Walmart teases me. He says I'm conservative with the exits. If I see that 1 ball appear, I am out of the trade, because more times than not, it will reverse on me. So like today, perfect example. I think I had like a 1.3 or 1.6 pip trade. I was up that. The 1 ball appeared, I immediately punched out. And then it was just one of those ones where in the next bar, it dropped 3 pips. I would have, taken a loss or given back. And so it's not anything where, I guess it's not like what you see most traders do when they talk about risk reward and they plot it out on the chart like the other guys. It's really instantaneous in the moment. And as you trade the method and get more comfortable with it, you'll develop your own style. It's like, okay, yeah, this feels right. This doesn't feel right. I don't like the way this is moving. I don't like the way it's looking. I am out. And it's one of those things that you can only get after hours of screen time, sitting in the trading seat. And until you've got real money on the line, you're not trading. It's like trying to learn how to swim and not get wet.
And if anyone out there is sort of wondering what these dots balls are, like, the one dot, one ball, or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah, on the 3-level ZZ. That's an indicator that I forget the guy's name who wrote it, and I heard a rumor he passed away, which is really sad because I never got to talk to him. But I modified the indicator extensively. I mean, you would not believe some of the stuff I put in there, but I can just use it just straight away. And the one modification, it just tells you what the bias is. So, should you be trading long or short based on the last ball that appeared?
And guys, the good news is that I think it was last week, we shot a video, didn't we, to do the Build That Bot video for you, where we're going to automate this and using these balls and turn them into an automated system based on Avery's views of the market. And look, it's very different from what we sort of, what you saw today, which I think is fantastic because it's a completely different approach, lower time frames as well. So I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth into this. And guys, if you want to know how I do what I do, there's a promo on this August. So do remember, I think there's a link underneath the video as well. So check out the link if you want to join that promo, come on board and into my robot building club. Right, we've got another question here. It's called, it's from, oh, geez, I can't even, Anthony is one of his names. What's your lot size? What lot size do you use? Like, do you have a consistent lot size or do you adjust it based on where your stop is?
Oh, I trade anywhere from 1 to 10 lots. It depends on how juicy the trade is. Today on the pound was a perfect example. I went short at 30. It turned around and went against me 30 pips, which is but the thing is I had such a small size on it. I've been teasing with Walmart, and I say, it's a seesaw, meaning it's going to go up. One side's going to go up, and it's going to come right back down. And then it'll probably, if it went against me 30, it'll probably go my way 30. So I saw that 3 ball at the top. It looked like a blow off top, and I just jumped in short, and it dropped like 13 pips so quick it wasn't even funny. And those are the kind of, load the boat, bet the ranch kind of trades, and you just, you can make huge profits that way. But once again, it's not something that I suggest people do, because you can, if it doesn't go your way, and if you don't have the stomach for it, you can lose everything.
I've got a question. Well, actually, sorry, I haven't got a question. Veen Tuss has a question. Is basically, how do you take spread into account, like when you're taking 3 to 5 pips?
I don't concern myself with it, and what I mean is, on my chart, I have my little indicator that shows the ask and the bid. Okay, and it just shows it right on the chart. I have little stars. I get in the trade, and once I get in the trade, whether short or long, I'm immediately down the spread. So if it's 1.2 or 1.5, I don't care about that. As soon as I have my little exit playbook indicator that I wrote, because so many people are having, difficulty understanding that concept, where it'll just tell me, okay, you're up a pip, you're up 1.3 pips, you're up 1.6 pips. And I look at that, then it'll tell me, hey, you're up 5 pips, move your stop. It's basically an EA without the automation is what it does. The indicator would do the same. If you had an EA, it would do all the trading for you, but this just tells you what to do. And that's just how, so spread doesn't matter. It's a cost of trading. So you have to cover the spread, which, for the pound on my broker, it's like 1.1 to 1.5 usually. And then once that, now I'm in profit. And
cool. Now, what have we got here? I don't think we've got any more real questions here. So people asking, when am I making the bot for this? When I get time is the answer. I've got a few more. I'm
curious, do you have a program that does it, or do you have to do it?
I got a program that it's called FX Dreamer, and I started doing it. When I actually looked at when I first purchased it, it was like 6 years ago. So I started doing it 6 years ago, and I've come up with all these strategies and stuff as to how to build bots like really quickly. And so like your one shouldn't take me that long, maybe 2 hours to get a good sort of foundation, and then maybe another 2 hours to sort of flesh it out a bit more. But like it's pretty, it'll be very quick to put your one together. Some of them are more difficult. Like I've got one I did a video with Momo, Momo Forex, just released it this week. Now, his one is going to be quite complex, because he's basically got a discretionary method of trading that he's sort of saying, well, look, here's what to do, try and automate it.
Yeah, I think I saw you put some fractals in it or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, which is great in theory, but it's all the things you miss. It's all the sort of times that you've got to account for that as a human you can easily do, but as a robot it becomes quite hard to do, because you're just going to accept all of them. You're not going to go, well, that one's not quite right. You've got to put a rule in for not quite right, which is quite difficult. Right. Look, guys, I'll see if there's any more questions here. What's your YouTube channel is a question.
Oh, The Rumpled One.
The Rumpled One. Do you want to tell everyone here who's clueless what The Rumpled One, why you got the name The Rumpled One?
Oh, it was because my friend of mine, we were having this big discussion one day about, whether or not you should iron your t-shirts, because he would iron everything. And he said, I don't want to be all rumpled. And so I called him Mr. Smooth, and he called me the Rumpler. Well, when I went to put the Rumpler in at AOL, it wouldn't let me have that name for a username. I guess they thought it was nasty or something. So one day he called me up and he goes, oh, tis you, the Rumpled One. That's how I got the name.
I think this will be the last question. So, what was it? Oh, why were you banned from trading forums?
Oh, Well, the big one, TradeStation, banned me.
Were you spamming them
No, what
with
happened was
Bitcoin promotions from Tesla?
I had a thread, the never lose a trend indicator, never lose again thread. And I put it out there and I never really thought much about it. Well, there was this other thread, Nick's Big something. I can't remember exactly what it was. That's so long ago. And what happened was all of a sudden, within a year, my thread had like almost lapped him. And then it was like in 2 years, it like lapped him a couple of times. And people were getting mad because I was putting all this free code out there, but inside the code, I had my name and address. And it's like, well, you can't do that. You know, that's against the rules. And I'm like, haven't you heard of, you know, shareware? You know, people, and so they got all mad at me. And then finally, they kicked me off the forum. Well, I kind of protested to the president of the company. He called me up and left his message with the phone number. Well, if a company president calls you up and leaves a phone number, wouldn't you assume it was his office number? Well, it turned out it was his personal cell phone number. So when I talked to him, they got back to me and he said, no, we're going to leave you banned. So I said, hey, you know what? If you guys want me back on the forum, here, call this number and tell them you want me back. Well, long story short, his phone blew up. And the next thing I know, my account was shut down. And then on Forex Factory, they had all those fixed spread bandits, you know, brokers. I used to call them fixed spread bandits. And I said, there's no such thing as a fixed spread in Forex. And I was talking about EFX Group. Well, EFX Group at the time wasn't an advertiser. So they banned me. Well, then about, I don't know, a month later, EFX Group became an advertiser and they just left me banned. And so that's two of the reasons I got banned. And on eSignal, I got banned because after TradeStation banned me, I had written this program, and I can't remember the name of it at the top of my head, but in their language. Well, they had something called Advanced Get. Well, mine was faster and better than theirs, and I put it out there for free. And they didn't cotton to that because they were renting it out, their Advanced Get, for like hundreds of dollars a month. So I got banned from that forum.
Okay, sorry. Last question, and this will be the last one. Honestly, do you analyze your trades via market structure?
No, okay. It's simply, you know, what's going on the chart, candle by candle, looking for, you know, highs and lows, either breakouts like at the what we call the Walmart lines. You know, every 10 pips we have a horizontal line. So, and like the psychological 00, 25, 50, and 75. That's it. Because price has to range. And if you put a line above price and a line below it, it's going to break out eventually because it has to range. So for example, on the pound, you know, the range is usually 100 pips or more in a day. So when it starts out, those first couple of 1 hour candles, you could like take the first hour of the day, mark the high and low, price is going to range out of it, you know, or you can use the buy zone, you know, open plus or minus 10 pips, price is going to range out of it. It can't fit 20 pips in a, you know, or 50 pips or 100 pips in a 10 or 20 pip range. It has to break out. And, you know, that's what we do. And then if it makes a high, it's going to reverse. You know, we'll take the break of the previous 1 hour candle high or low, which now thinking back, Walmart's probably going to beat me up about that. He goes, why didn't you just trade the breakouts of the previous hour candles high low? So, you know, thinking about that now in hindsight, that's probably what I should have done on the hour chart.
Cool. All right, look, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for joining us today. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there are sort of wanting to come and do this challenge. If you do want to come and do it in the future, then hit me up on Instagram. I mean, from the comments, it looks like we've got a lot of professional traders in there who are doing this for a living and making a great sum of money on it. So guys, if you do think you can do the challenge, hit me up on Instagram. And look, we'll get you on, but you do need to come on the podcast first, and we do need to get you a bit of a profile. Make sure you know what you're talking about. We might do the odd one where you can come on and just be a rando and do it off the cuff. Do remember, I've got a promo going on August. If you do want to join up, learn how to build trading robots, get the Nick Shawn bot as well that I created. There's a video up on YouTube somewhere. Then please, there's only a few days left. Coming to the end of August, my favorite time of the year. Guys, we'll see you in the next episode that's going to hit the airs tonight, my time, and I'm about a day ahead from the rest of the year. It's Hunter FX. So, guys, look forward to that. We've got a great video with it as well, and fantastic value dropped there. Do remember to subscribe to the podcast as well, guys. All right, that's it. See you later.
Hey, thanks, Cam. That was fun.
Stream not ending. What's going on? Here we go.